Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle, celebrating the 50th anniversary, and we got the gear for you, man. Check out the Rock Shop, a whole host of new limited edition gear celebrating the Rock's 50th. Lots of good stuff in there.
Keep your head warm with a beanie, or as our friends up north say, a toque.
Nice. Oh, yeah, we got the 50th anniversary toque, Steve. We got those.
That's right.
Now, if you want to go south of the border, which would be south of Canada, then get yourself a trucker cap. Though I'm sure they wear them up in Canada too, but those are sweet looking caps.
They just call them trucker caps also.
Oh yeah, we don't call them toque caps.
Nope.
Okay. Short sleeve tees, we got those. We got a lot of good stuff, man. We got long sleeve tees, light zip hoodies, really lots of merch with that golden blazed Rock logo celebrating 50, and you can buy them now at KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs.
I will beat anyone that calls in to play the game. He's smarter than you. He'll make you look lame. 60 seconds on the clock. You're going down and I'm gonna rock. It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser.
Beat Migs, and guys, we made it. It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Friday. Getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying. Fun. Looking forward to the weekend.
Let's get to our contestant today. We got Ben in Shoreline. Ben, are you there?
What's up? Steve, my arch nemesis.
Oh, it's Ben.
Oh, yeah. Ben.
Oh, man. What's the record now?
Man, I can't even. I know I won the last one.
Yeah, I know that.
Wow. How can you be an arch nemesis if you don't really know? Or is that just the arch nemesis?
Not about the record.
Oh, is it not?
And then what is it about then?
I just bringing the A game and, having fun.
Thank you. There we go. That should be the motto for the Mariners.
Life is pretty good when your arch nemesis is the host of a morning radio show. So,
oh wow,
I'm honored.
Can't be all that bad,
Ben. I'm honored.
Ben's giving good answers. I guess that's why he does so well at this game.
Right. All right, Steve, get out of here.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. For those playing at home, Ben will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Ben, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes.
What is the name of the dog from the story How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Ooh.
The liqueur triple sec is from what European country?
France.
Yes. What is the last name of the 3 daughters of Danny on Full House?
Michelle.
No.
Oh, Tanner.
Yes.
There we go.
In what year of the late 90s was the 253 area code implemented in Washington?
97, 8, 9.
7, yes. In what movie does Eddie Murphy swap identities with Dan Aykroyd?
Trading Places.
Yes. Which Marvel superhero has Ryan Reynolds played on the big screen?
Daredevil.
No.
No. Deadpool.
Yes. What year of the early 80s did Weird Al release his debut album?
82.
No.
83.
Yes. Who was married to Alec Baldwin from 93 to 2002?
Kim Basinger?
Yes.
Nice.
Who resigned as U.S. president in 1974?
Nixon.
Yes. What holiday comes right before All Saints Day?
Halloween?
Yeah! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Correct.
Ben did very, very
all right.
well.
He did well, but I believe that there's been that he's gotten a 9 in the past, and then was
Yep.
beaten by a Steve Perfect 10.
So, Alan, he's done that before.
True.
Yeah.
It happened.
Did that this morning, didn't he?
Did he?
Did he have a perfect 10 this morning?
No, he did not have a
Was
perfect
it
10 this
yesterday morning?
It was yesterday.
Ah,
Yeah.
all right, that's when it was.
Yeah, yeah.
I knew Steve was perfect recently.
He was.
Yeah.
Can he be perfect today?
Well,
I don't think so.
time will tell.
Are you ready? What is the name of the dog from the story How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Fido.
No.
Paul.
No. Paul. No.
Blitzer.
No. The liqueur triple sec is from what European country?
Oh, France.
Yes. What is the last name of the 3 daughters of Danny on Full House?
Tanner.
Yes. In what year of the late 90s was the 253 area code implemented in Washington?
5 Thrizzle. 97.
Yes. In what movie does Eddie Murphy swap identities with Dan Aykroyd?
Oh, I have no legs. Trading Places.
Yes.
Great film.
Which Marvel superhero has Ryan Reynolds played on the big screen?
Green Lantern.
No.
Deadpool.
Yes. What year of the early 80s did Weird Al release his debut album?
81.
No.
82.
No.
1983.
Yes. Who was married to Alec Baldwin from 93 to 2002?
Kim Basinger.
Yes. Who resigned as U.S. president? Who resigned as U.S. president in 1974?
Tricky Dick Nixon.
Yes.
I am not a crook.
What holiday comes right before All Saints Day?
Halloween.
Yes. And Steve, you
Oh,
get 9 correct, and it's a tie.
Damn it, Ben.
Steve, a worthy adversary, as usual.
What a way to go into the weekend, Ben.
That's right.
Oh, man. Well, the only one they got wrong. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate you playing.
One day I'm going to run into Ben, and people are going to be weirded out because I'm going to be overly excited to finally meet this guy. Like Ben!
Yeah.
Finally, we meet!
And how about Danny's got you that one question neither one you could get. Danny knows.
Max.
That's
the
right.
dog.
You actually knew it?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yes, I knew it too, but I forgot.
I figured that would be a stumper for everybody.
I remembered he had a name like that. And oh, Max, damn it.
Is there any reason why it's memorable other than just knowing the characters?
For me, it's just because Lily loves The Grinch, and that's kind of our movie that we watch a
Got
lot.
you.
And
And
she's
Max-
just like, Max is awesome!
I don't know the live action, but Max was a big part of the animated one.
Yes. Yes. Was it really okay?
Same in the live action.
Yeah.
That's the only one we really watch, actually. So,
Well, congratulations to Ben on and Steve on tying each other, I guess.
That'll happen to you.
Yep.
Hey, your favorite new show, The Kelly Clarkson Show.
I don't hate it, but I've never watched it.
I
like Kelly Clarkson a lot.
I don't mean to be mean, and I really don't
here we go.
because I like Kelly Clarkson a lot too.
Whenever you preface something by saying, I don't mean to be mean, means that you're about to be mean.
Yes, I'm about to say some critical stuff, but I really don't mean it to be mean-spirited. I just think that if she's not Kelly Clarkson, she doesn't get that job because she's just not as good as some of the other. Like
Well,
Ellen
that could be said about anyone. Ellen had a successful television career before she was a talk show host. Probably would have never been hired if she wasn't successful at television before that. And she wasn't a talk show host.
See, for me,
You got to start somewhere, Beej.
I think that Ellen though was good at basically doing monologues and the spoken word, and Kelly's a singer. So I don't know if the singing ability translates to doing a talk show. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I think if you did spoken word comedy or whatever, which is what Ellen started with, where you have to riff, basically a lot, you would have a better shot at being a talk show. So when I heard Ellen was getting a show, I thought she probably will be good at it because she did stand-up comedy. That seems to translate better. But I don't know about a singer doing it. That's my thing.
Personality is personality. If she's a fun-loving person, like, when you've seen her on American Idol and other shows where she has a good rapport with people and she's very likable,
I mean, why not give her a shot? Of course, she's got a name. That's what got her a foot in the door, but now it's up to her to keep the job.
So do you think she does a good job?
I think she's doing a phenomenal job on a show I've never watched. I have no idea.
See, I do.
Have you watched the show?
Yeah, I've watched a couple, and I'm just like,
What are you sitting there, you're like getting mad, you're eating your Oreo cookies, and like, I could do this better.
Okay, there may have been a little bit of that in there. There's no doubt about it.
This American Idol chick, all of a sudden getting all the gigs.
If I was a talented young woman, I'd have that same shot. Yeah. But you know,
maybe we should watch it for a week and have a Kelly Clarkson break every morning.
Good luck with that.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to let you do that.
No, we. What part of we is
the part where I'm not involved? That's the part that I want to.
Yeah. There.
Well, anyway, Kelly has a show, so she gets people on there, and this is at least cool because
I believe that's her mission statement.
Yeah, at least yeah, you know, I get people on because I got a show. But I mean, this is cool because she did talk about how she was once mistaken for Carrie Underwood. Which is so bizarre, because I know they were both on American Idol, but they look nothing alike.
Different hair color, completely different looks.
Yeah, and yet she was mistaken for Carrie Underwood, and so she said, well, you know what, I'm going to sign at Carrie Underwood anyway, because she didn't want to make the fan feel bad or disappoint them. So that was cool.
I do not look like this person. This girl came up to me and was like, oh my God, your song So Small is one of my favorites. And I kept thinking, I don't have a song so small. And then she said another song, and I was like, oh, you think I'm Carrie Underwood? And I was like, and I literally look nothing like Carrie Underwood. And then I was so embarrassed for her that she was like, can you sign this? And I totally signed Carrie. I think that might be legal.
And they were on different seasons of American Idol.
Yes.
So I have both of them at least been on The Voice, maybe?
Well, I'm not sure, but they're both just American Idol stars.
Yeah. It's so
they're both
yeah.
country. They've both done the country thing, I believe.
Yeah. Has Kelly done the country thing?
Maybe not.
Yeah, I didn't know Kelly did country.
But they both did American Idol. That's probably where
I know
it all
you're
starts
trying.
and ends.
Yeah, I guess that's the only confusion there could be, because Kelly's guest was Curb Your Enthusiasm Cheryl Hines, and Cheryl said she once got confused, but hers makes sense because she does look a little bit like Modern Family's Julie Bowen, so that I can understand.
I was on a plane and this person came up and said, oh my gosh, I love you. And I said, that's so nice. Thank you. And they said, I love Modern Family. And I said, I do too. And they said, can I get my picture with you, Julie Bowen? And I was like, yes.
Yeah, what are you going to do at that point? You know, I mean,
just sign it.
I mean, that happened to me one time. Somebody, because they thought I was Miles, and so they go, "You guys in the men's room are great, Miles." And I'm like, "Well, you know," so I signed it.
Did you sign Miles?
I did. I felt like, well, you know, I mean, he likes the men's room, likes the guys, and if he thinks he meant Miles, why not?
People have asked to get pictures with me, thinking I was Ted. So I just go, hey, man, and then it works.
Do you tell them how sausages are fantastic?
Yep, sausages are awesome.
It's so funny because one time on Snapchat, I was at some event or something like that, and then I go on my Snapchat and I check, and the guy tagged me. It's like, it was awesome hanging out with Thrill. And it's a picture of me and him. But he tagged at I'm Steve Miggs. So I'm like, this is confusing me on so many levels. I realized the guy was drunk.
Yeah.
None of this makes sense to him, but that's fine.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's fine.
So my question is, when people confuse you for Gary Ridgway, do you sign Gary or BJ?
Oh, clearly the Ridge.
Okay, cool.
The Ridge.
The Ridge.
I like that.
Yeah. I didn't know we had a nickname, The Ridge.
Yeah.
Okay.
SK forever. Serial killer forever.
SK forever.
Yeah.
Wow, you and Danny are
The
a great
Ridge.
comedy team. You guys ought to go on the road.
We are. We're called Hidden Valley.
Yeah,
Didn't
go
you hear
on the
us
road.
earlier?
Yeah.
Mixtape dropping 2021.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. Hey, you got something to say? I got something to say. They're wild, rabid, and on the loose. This is Listeners on the Loose.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. You got something to say. This is the time, but Steve has a rule.
Simple rule, BJ. Show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong ya. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Kyle in Mount Vernon. Kyle, you are on The Rock.
Good morning, folks.
Morning, Kyle. What you got, buddy?
Well, the Tesla thing. There was a company in Portland where I'm from, where I used to live, that we drove Teslas for 2 years. We were a taxi cab company, the first electric cab company. They're no longer around. But I got to drive the Tesla S model for 2 years.
Okay.
And And that autopilot was an upload. Like one day it wasn't there, and then the next day we came into work and the car now had autopilot on it.
Ooh,
and
so it was a software thing. Isn't that wild?
Oh, yeah. You know, and yeah, that's another side note. You could turn the car, like get out of the car and come back, and it's decided to update. Like it was scheduled to update at this time, and the car will shut off for 3 hours and upload. So you could be locked out of your car for 3 hours while it's uploading. But
wow, that's
the autopilot. The autopilot. You could, absolutely, you could drive down the road hands off. And then there were some accidents. Some people died. There were some cases.
Yeah, we saw that.
And then so a new upload came out, I don't know, a month later or whatever, that if your hands were off the steering wheel, it would sense it. For like 15 seconds, it would start to flash on the dashboard. And then after maybe 30 seconds, it would start to beep inside of the car to wake you up, dummy, put your hands back on the wheel. You could be an autopilot, but you had to rest your hands on the wheel.
Yeah, I remember hearing that, yeah.
So this guy was going 93 miles an hour in Alberta.
Maybe you fell asleep with your hands on the steering wheel. I guess that could have happened. I mean that's the only way you could do it.
Yeah, maybe. I'm sure it's on Etsy. There's probably like certain gloves that you can like Velcro to your steering wheels for those opportunities.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah,
you want to fall asleep while driving your Tesla, but need to keep your hands on the steering wheel?
Yeah.
Buy our new gloves available at Etsy.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to know that at least Tesla has put in some systems so that you can't be an idiot unless you really, 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 really want to be an idiot.
Well, then shout out to that Canadian guy because he figured out how to be an idiot.
Yeah,
it's impressive.
That's. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever, if they bring it out in my lifetime, will I ever trust it to get in one of those vehicles by myself and let it drive me somewhere? I don't know if I'll ever trust it because I don't even know if I. There are things right now that I won't do that I think I would have done in my 20s, but now I'm like, I don't know if I'll do it now.
Right. Do I want to take that chance? Do I want to be that one story where it's like we thought autopilot worked until it slammed into the Fremont Troll?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it works till it doesn't.
Yeah.
Speaking of cars, someone texted in saying, if you guys could buy any car, money is no object, what are you getting?
Ooh, wow.
The funny thing is, I love the money is no object because I was looking at what I'm obsessing over, and I don't have the money right now. And it's like, wow, even though it's the car that I want, if money is no object, it's not all that expensive. It's the Ford Bronco, the new Bronco.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's not
nice.
cheap.
It's nice that though it's within your reach.
But it's like in the like I think it starts at like 27,000, and then obviously that maybe is like without a steering wheel or something. Wheels, I have no idea. But maybe like the 30,000 range, which I'm not saying it's cheap, but some people will be thinking about like $100,000 car.
30 is not 30 is not overly extravagant.
It just shows what kind of simpleton I am. I'm like, sounds awesome. A Ford Bronco.
Dude, I'm right there with you. Like my dream car is a Toyota Tacoma, which is what I drive now. The only difference would be, I think, if money was no object, I would just get all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
So like blacked out everything.
Sweet wheels.
Yeah, sweet wheels. Like better stereo maybe. Like that, I would just upgrade that. But that's really the car of my dreams. So.
And you've got it. Meanwhile, I'm seeing those pictures of the Broncos. They look good. That new model.
It looks awesome.
That looks amazing.
So I'm torn. Like I like the dark colors, but then I'm like also like for the stupid side of me, I'd like to get a white one and name it Al after Al Cowlings because he was made famous, the white Ford Bronco.
Of course.
Wow.
And Rev, the passenger seat would have OJ embroidered in it.
Okay.
No.
Rev, you got a dream car?
Right now, at this point in time, it would be getting like a specially made or like do-it-yourself camper van. So just one of those things.
Does that count as a car?
Yeah, it's a vehicle.
You sound like me. I'm with you. I'm with you, Steve. I don't know if that's in the rules, but I let you say it.
I respect that. Rev found a way because I think if you were an RV, I'd call BS on you. But it is a camper van.
Yeah. It's like one of the ones that would be just like a normal sort of utility van or something that's been modded. My in-laws, my aunt and uncle in-laws, so whatever those are.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah, those ones. They have one that they built, and it's fantastic. There's enough room for a couple, and you can go basically anywhere with it because it's not too big for stuff.
Would you get the ones with like the all wood interior, like make it look fancy?
Oh hell yeah,
yeah.
Just
dude, this van life it's all the rage. Not all the rage, but I see a lot of people.
Yeah, for me, I would like the
living in vans.
Yeah, I would like the van life, but not to live in, but it would set it up as my mobile board game playing area. Oh, and I could bring all my games to people and go, we don't need a space. Let's just do it in my van.
You have a very big board game collection, and some of those games are just a huge setup that take you, 3 hours to set up?
I will get a truck then. You're right. I'll get a flatbed.
And you can't do it while driving. Like all the pieces would just go everywhere. So you
Well,
just have to like.
I go to people. Is what I'm saying. We'll go to a beach location.
Board
We'll
games to go.
Go to these great vacation locations, and we don't need a hotel. We'll just do it in my van.
Nice.
And I mean play board games, that is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Vicky's pulled up one, like someone who just gutted out there inside of like a regular van, and they put like a sink in it, a table. It's insane, like a bed.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
And doing it custom means you can do the different things that you want to do in it, which is the most fun part about it, is making it yours.
I like it. All right, Vicky, you got a dream vehicle?
Well, I have like a Murphy drums. Like, you know how like a Murphy bed comes down? Like
Murphy drums.
Electronic drums come down off the wall, and then I can just play the drums when I'm bored.
That is super cool.
Is it bad that I was picturing you with the drums on top of the car somehow?
Well, that's, money's no object. Screw it, I'm doing that too.
Yeah. Mine I got from the show Supernatural, a 1967 Chevy Impala.
Oh, nice.
It is so sexy. It's like I really just want one, mostly because the Dean and Sam drive it around.
Oh, those are cool looking.
But they're so pretty. And actually, they're not as bad as I thought they'd be. Anywhere between like 30, and if you get a really fancy one, I guess it's like 90 grand. But like, I can do 30 grand someday in my life.
I didn't know you could jump up 60,000 if getting in the Impala class.
Well, I was just looking at like certain websites. It's like, 50, 34, 175,000.
Some texture says, if money's no object, I'm getting a big long bed crew cab dually truck over $100,000.
Ooh.
I don't even know what the hell that is.
I don't.
I just read a bunch of words that made no sense to me.
Don't even know if we're saying it right.
But it sounds expensive.
Yeah.
Because it is.
Well, that's because he told you it's 100,000.
Part of me wants to get like an 81 station wagon just to troll my wife because she hates those things.
Oh, does she? With the wood paneling and everything?
Wood paneling would be a nice touch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so I could pull up one day and be like, let's go, babe. And she's like, I'm not getting in that. I'm like, it's my car.
Isn't it amazing that's what we drove?
Yep.
That was the big family vehicle, and now we have better stuff.
All right, BJ, what are you doing?
What am I? Oh, I told you.
Which one was yours?
The van.
Oh,
I would get a van and trick it up.
I would do the same thing like Rev. I didn't realize that was actually your
that would
answer.
be my.
Okay.
I would get a vehicle big enough to be able to have my mobile game playing area.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't bring all my games, Vicky, but if I knew what I wanted to bring, I would go. And I usually bring like 10 games, and my friends bring all their games. So there's always plenty of games. But to have like a table to be able to because I see people do this in California. They take their vehicles, they park in the parking lots down in California, the beach parking lots, and they're like, there's their view. They open their van doors, and they sit in the van and look at the beach. It's like, it's amazing. They're on a comfortable couch or whatever. They got their beverages, and there they are with the greatest view ever. And I'm like, oh, man, if I could just find a way to get board games involved in this would be nirvana for me.
Nirvana.
Yeah. So that would be mine. It would be like, I miss my old white minivan because it was so versatile. I really miss that big vehicle.
It at least had windows on the side, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have like that little circle bubble window?
Oh, that'd be badass.
Didn't have that
with the cool airbrushing of like a dolphin fighting a tiger or something like that.
I didn't have
a wizard and a dragon.
Didn't have any airbrush action. No Frazetta fun for me, unfortunately.
Those vans probably, they attracted good people.
Yeah, they did.
Totally.
Well, I was talking to Sarah because she remembers that van fondly because it was our family vehicle, and we traveled back and forth from Rochester, New York, on the I-90, as a matter of fact, all the way back to Boston, a lot in that van. We went everywhere. Arizona, that thing was our urban assault vehicle. We went everywhere.
So BJ's going for the shaggin' wagon.
Yeah.
And
without shagging.
When Sarah says, you guys don't know what a dually is, LMAO, someone just
we're stupid. We really are.
I did not know that's what it's called, but now I exactly know what it is. It's a truck with two sets of wheels on the back, two sets of two wheels on the back.
That's what they call a dually?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a vehicle name. It's actually just a type of. Oh,
it's a type. Yeah, the dual rear wheel truck. Oh my God,
we're stupid.
Well, there you go. Now we learned something today.
Oh, I'm not going to remember that. Are you?
Yes.
Are you really? All right, Dooley.
I'm going to remember it today.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Tomorrow is a whole different day.
That's true.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
$20 million, $19 million. $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
I got a text message about Dick's, the burgers,
of
course.
Yes.
They said, hey, guys, I just tried Dick's Burgers after 30 years living here in Washington State.
Ooh.
They didn't like this. They said I was disappointed, and I didn't like the sauce on the deluxe. However, the cheeseburgers were yummy, and so were the shakes. My wife didn't like the sauce either.
Wow.
She doesn't like the Dick sauce?
Yeah. This is, she does, yeah.
That's the best part.
Well,
on the deluxe, that's why deluxe is it's the sauce.
Unless maybe the sauce hits them the wrong way. It's the only thing I can think because I'm with you. I think the sauce is amazing.
I mean, the sauce is like the opposite of the band Boston. It's great. Sorry.
Yeah, I would love. We still haven't heard too many people doing the In-N-Out Dick's comparison because I feel like I'm still the only person that thinks that I'd rather have a Dick's Deluxe over anything from In-N-Out as far as burger wise.
See, the problem is we don't have an In-N-Out here. I'd like to be able to try them around the same time. You know, like while one's still fresh in my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I could have a deluxe, but then like 10 months later, I'm going to California. I'll try an In-N-Out. I'll be like, well, I don't know. I don't have a frame of reference.
Well, if you have a deluxe, right, and you know, you just put in your brain what you're going to get. Like, you just know. Your mind tells you, we're going to Dick's. I know what I'm getting.
That's why I don't touch the cheeseburgers, because it's like I feel like I'm enjoying Dick's, but it doesn't have the same thing.
I use that as an appetizer. I have like a cheeseburger just to wet my whistle.
You guys aren't the fry guys.
Yeah, that's
so weird.
Sorry about that, buddy.
It's fair.
Yeah, you know, but yeah, I would like to. I know I'm in the minority, but I really felt it was just no Dick's to me. It really when I think I'm the only. I don't hear many other people say that who've been to both, who know Dick's and In-N-Out. I'm a Dick's man.
Yep, someone says I'd rather listen to Boston than Pearl Jam any day.
Well, I don't know if I go that far myself, and only because I'm now a recent Pearl Jam fan. The problem I have with Boston is they just weren't prolific enough. I don't know what the hell their issue was, because I will say this: they're no Tool, and I think Tool when they take a long time between the albums, it's worth it. And I never felt that way about a Boston album. As much as I like Boston, I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I can't wait X amount of years for this. And I don't think Boston's latest albums ever were as good as their first one. Whereas Tool, I have enjoyed every album they put out. So I would say Pearl Jam for me much more than Boston. Yeah, definitely. And look, I'm a Boston guy. I grew up listening to Boston, but I just think Pearl Jam's a better band.
And I would put, like when we were talking earlier about this, all came from a text that asked us what we thought was like the great record, like great from beginning to end. And I would put Pearl Jam's first two records on that as well. Like that, they definitely make the criteria of to me, awesome from the very beginning to the very last song where I'm like, okay, I can listen to that record again as soon as it finishes. So I wanted to talk about the Kraken. Did we see that they have an infant Kraken robe for a tater tot? I did see this.
Stop telling Steve things like this. He's already just gone with the new items come out, and Steve is just continually going into the poorhouse.
Have you seen this as a little bathrobe?
Oh, that is so adorable.
And it gets embroidered with the name.
Dude, I want a bathrobe like that.
Right? Exactly.
Seriously, I wear bathrobes. I'd take that in a heartbeat.
Like if they do like a baby size, at least after Tatum grows too big for it, you can give it to your dog.
That's true. I mean, it's $60. I better get my money's worth.
Yeah, right.
That robe, the little baby robe, is $60?
Yes.
Oh, the big bathrobe's
it's
going to be
personalized.
ridiculous.
Yeah, my personalized bathrobe cost me about $120. So.
All right, then.
Wow.
Totally worth it, though.
Is that a Kraken picnic basket I see?
That's a Kraken infant personalized medium gift basket. It's funny, though, because I already have one for the Devils. That was a gift that my brother and my sister-in-law sent me when little Tater Tot was born.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got plenty of stuff for the
They
children.
got bibs. Oh, yeah.
They've got it all, baby.
Yeah.
Somebody even says Kraken scarves, satin starter jackets, slides, more Kraken kids' clothes, and socks for BJ. There goes payday from Marty and Yelm.
Kraken socks, definitely. Yes.
They got Kraken socks?
Oh, man.
I want
How do we not see those?
I want the starter jacket.
The starter jacket's pretty sweet.
Oh,
look at all those Kraken socks.
I like all of them.
Well, some are for children. Do you really want to get those?
Okay, well, I mean the designs.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
The designs for both men or for adults and children.
Yeah, I like both designs.
Dude, it's fun. Like when we went to like Fred Meyer the other day and saw a couple people rocking Kraken shirts, and like you give each other a nod. I'm like, this is so awesome, man.
Yeah. It's fun to be on the ground floor of something that you created. It's like when I was in Jacksonville for the inaugural season of the Jaguars, and it was awesome. It was awesome being there for the first of that, and of course, a lot of Sounders fans know what that's like here as well.
Yeah, oh for sure. And it's that franchise has done okay for last I checked.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
All right, we got a text message again about albums that are great from beginning to end. Everclear, Sparkle and Fade, great album. That is a great Everclear record.
Wow, yeah.
Man, I love that we got all the 90s alt rock people listening. Live, Throwing Copper from beginning to end. And then Daniel like this one, Enema of the State by Blink-182.
I was listening to that yesterday morning. It's fantastic.
That's a good call. Those are very, very good calls.
It's way too mature for me.
That's true.
Wow. Or Take Off Your Pants and Jacket's really good too.
That is my favorite album title of all time.
Is that the one that's the one that Stay Together for the Kids?
Yes.
That's such a great song.
It's such a good, the whole album is amazing, but yes, good song.
All right, somebody wanted to know, what is your fork in the road moment in life? Mine happened 2 times, between flying lessons and hockey as a teen, then in college deciding whether to pursue drumming in my rock band or flying. I've been a captain for Alaska Airlines for over 20 years now, and that's Sean in Bonnie Lake.
Ooh. There's been a lot, because I was going to be either a stand-up comic or a radio guy. Mm-hmm. And back when I was in Rochester, New York, over 30 years ago, I was doing both and trying to figure out which one I should do. And I wish I could remember his name because he's a comic that people know. But he took me aside because he was the headliner and I was doing basically the emceeing, and so I got to see a lot of national comics at the time. A lot of folks were helpful. Andy Kindler, that's who it was.
Okay,
so Andy Kindler took me aside, and he's like, "Hey man, because he had just met me and I talked about comedy, and he said, all right, wait, you want to do comedy for a living?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "But you're on the radio." Because we had talked to him on the radio earlier. He said, man, every comic wants what you have. They want to be able to be creative but stay in one place and not have to travel. He says, you've already got the dream. He goes, I would love to do what you do right now. And Andy Kindler at the time, and even now, Andy Kindler's a very successful writer in the world of sitcoms, and he's done good comedy stuff, and he's had a great career. And yet he still said, man, I think you should do radio. I would. And that's when I decided, okay, I will focus on radio and not stand-up comedy.
Oh, yeah, tell him that one day. I don't know when.
I don't know. Whenever I see him again, I don't know if I've ever seen him since that moment.
That's kind of cool. I mean, I don't know how he would he'd be like, oh, I'm glad I told you to get out of our industry. That's one less person I had to compete against.
It might be
That's probably why he told you that.
You're probably right about that.
Yeah, I mean, my fork was definitely I was going to either get into the world of business and finance or become actor of the adult variety. And then I just did radio instead.
So I'm glad you took this question seriously.
3-pronged fork. I got you.
Yeah, well,
tripod is what we call it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Well, it's like the twigs and the berries. Which way am I going? I chose for the left berry.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was there a time though when you were doing your band that you would decide between radio and the band?
There were a couple of very brief moments when my band was getting courted by a label. This is way back in the day. That's when Harvey Danger broke big. So we were riding the coattails pretty fierce of Harvey Danger because they were our band, our practice space. We shared a practice space at one point with Harvey Danger and Death Cab for Cutie.
Nice.
Of those 3 bands, one of them did not succeed. You could guess which one that was. But we were asked to go on tour with those guys, and then there was a record label that was interested in our band because they were like, well, Flagpole Sit is taking off, and this is a band that they're recommending, and this is a band. So there was that moment where I was like early in the radio, and I'm like, wow, that's a decision I hope I get to make. And we never got to make that decision. It was like it fell apart rather quickly. As far as it's funny because the label people were like, yeah, we're looking more for like a Buck Cherry kind of a band. And so for the longest time, I hated Buck Cherry. Not because I didn't like the band, and I loved their record. It was like when their debut broke big, and I was like, oh, the band's awesome. But it always like triggered in my head. I'm like, those bastards had to be successful because the label that was interested in us decided, we're going to go a different direction, and you guys didn't have that Buck Cherry vibe. So that was the closest I ever came to it. And I don't know what I would have done at that time. Honestly, it would just had to have depended on like what we were being offered. Because back then it was a whole different time when it came to music and the record industry. If they were going to back up the truck, who knows what would have happened?
That's, I think, isn't that something?
Because I love both. So at that time, and I was so new into radio, it wasn't like as if I felt like, well, I'm just throwing away a career. I'm like 20-something years old.
Yeah.
There was not a worry in the world at that time. I had no bills to worry about.
Yeah.
Except for that Discover card that I signed up for a bag of Skittles in college, and the interest rate was ridiculous. But besides that,
I mean, your fiscal life has gotten so much
I
better.
wish we had more time to hear that story.
And I feel like the record label, sunglasses and a bag of Skittles, Rev. That's
okay.
it.
I think we got the story. I think Steve was an easy mark, is what the story is.
So I really didn't have a massive fork in the road.
Yeah. I think that's really cool when you talk, especially with people that are, in a business of performing arts and they have multiple ways they can take that business. Mm-hmm. It always fascinates me, like, I could have been this, but I decided to do this. Like that dude's story. Pilot, and what else was he going to be?
Music was one of them.
And then a pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, and that's awesome, man. I wonder if I've flown. Hey, Mr. Texter,
Sean.
Who's that?
Sean.
Sean, I go to Santa Ana a lot. Don't know if you ever pilot that, but if you do, ask for me when you get on there and say, hey, we got a good thing. And hey, BJ, you on the plane? And I'll say hi.
I'm sure he's going to do that.
I know a couple of Alaska pilots, but they never fly my route, or they don't want people to know that I know them. Maybe there's that.
There you go.
Well, Sean, be on the lookout for a BJ.
Yeah. What? All right. Well, that's a funny thing to say to a pilot. I'm sure that never happens.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I have a mountain of credit card bills and consumer debt. Can I still keep my house if I file bankruptcy?
Yes, you almost always can keep your home and your house, your car in a bankruptcy. Depending on what type of bankruptcy you file, would depend on whether or not, for example, you can keep your vehicles if you have payments on them still. You can almost always keep your home if you're current on the payments on your home, even in full bankruptcy. In Chapter 13, you can also keep those items. If you're behind on your house, you could catch your house payments up in a Chapter 13, take off a second mortgage in a Chapter 13. So keeping your primary assets like a home and car is almost always possible in bankruptcy.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.